Ladies and gentlemen, you are watching Concert Junkies, Rob and John. Oh, yeah.
And we're live. Would you like to introduce yourselves?
Hello, I am Megan.
And I'm Corey.
And we are from Casket Robbery.
I know the most boring question of all, but how'd you guys get the name?
That was let's see. It was kind of like just throwing around some names in the early days. That's really all it was. We had a big list of stuff, and it was like we came across Casket Robbery, and it sounded like it would be a perfect fit because we almost went with stuff that was more like I think we like had one that was like Zombie Christ or something, like all the kind of crazy stuff like that. But Casket Robbery was just kind of more I don't know, more mellow and fit us really well. So we went with that, and we were surprised to find there are no other bands named Casket Robbery. So we were pretty stoked about that.
Now I'm going to start you off with a hard question here. Well, mine's gonna get harder and harder as we go.
Okay.
If you could pick a song to describe you as a person, what song would that be? And it's not one of your own.
Ooh, that's a good one.
That one is crazy. I don't even know.
I'm going to go with Moonlight Equilibrium by Black Dahlia Murder.
Nice.
Yeah.
Why'd you choose that one?
Because it's awesome.
Okay.
I'm actually seeing them in a week or 2 weeks.
Oh, rad.
Oh, cool. Yeah. We just played with them in, what was it?
May. At Milwaukee Manifest, yeah.
In May. I don't know. I can't think of anything. I don't know.
That's a really good question.
Yeah. I might have to think
and hard
about
to
that.
answer on the spot.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
If I think of something, maybe I'll
Okay.
throw it.
We'll get back to it. If your band had a superpower, what would it be?
Ooh. Probably to raise people from the dead, I think would be the easy superpower to do.
That would make the most sense. That's a good one.
Yeah. Aw. Hello, Jessica.
Oh, hi, Jessica. Oh, I can see the comments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sweet.
All right, so you guys just got off tour, and you're going back on tour.
We are.
So what do you do to prepare for that?
Oh my gosh, so much. First, there's so much things to think about in our personal lives that we have to do to prepare for it, like our home jobs and stuff, because as much as we want to be doing this full time right now, we're slowly working towards more of that. But there's personal stuff, getting that ready. We have cats, so we have to make sure they're taken care of. Otherwise, the band stuff, there's merch that we have to order and make. A lot of the handmade stuff, all of the handmade stuff falls on me. So I am pretty busy making all of our handmade stuff. We take a lot of pride in our merch setup and the things that we offer. Corey handles a lot of the business stuff and getting our tour van ready and situated for everyone to be living in for weeks on end, months on end sometimes. And then there's like other stuff like our stage setup, our stage show, our getting a set list that we'd like, depending on who we're going out with, whether it's a headlining run or if we are support, what our our set times are looking like and finding out the set list that kind of makes the most sense. So that's like the fastest I can answer that question,
It's a
I think.
huge list of a lot of boring stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
For any of the new, for any of the newer bands that's coming out, what is the most important thing you bring on tour?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Baby wipes or body wipes
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah.
That is like the lifesaver on tour when you can't shower, and then you start to smell really bad.
Yeah.
You need to have baby wipes, especially for your feet.
Baby wipes and a phone charger, flip-flops,
Yeah.
like Vans shoes that you can wear and that you can like shower in and stuff. Those are important. Those are all very important things.
When you're on tour, what is your favorite places to stop for food?
Oh, we so I think almost all of our favorite spots are down south. We've been lucky enough to tour down south quite a bit. If the boys were going to answer this, it would be Waffle House.
Yeah.
Um, I really love any time that we go to New Orleans. Anywhere that we can stop there for food is my favorite spot. We also are really huge fans of like brisket. So anytime we get down to Texas, we're always stopping at the good spots there. Um, Bucky's is a favorite among all of us. Yeah, those are some ones. I think hands down favorite though would be Casino El Camino in Austin, Texas. That is hands down my favorite, at least.
Yeah, I think that's my favorite too. That's one when we're in Texas, we always try to get to Casino El Camino. Waffle House is number one because it's always open, and and there's not a lot of stuff that's open late anymore or 24 hours, and Waffle House is like the only one.
The boys get real hungry after we play and after we load out and everything. So yeah, Waffle House has never let any of the boys down. So we've had a lot of interesting experiences at Waffle House, and I think that adds to its charm and why it ranks so high on our list.
Yeah, we just get a little entertainment with our meal.
Are you guys coffee drinkers?
Oh yes, we are very big coffee drinkers. We actually also have our own Casket coffee through Grindcore, which we bring along with us. I mean, it's one of our merch items. So yeah, we budget for coffee on tour.
Yeah, every day.
Are you Starbucks or Dunkin' or Wawa?
Oh, that's a good one. I try and force us to find like small coffee shops.
Okay.
Like local coffee shops wherever we are. That's where I will attempt to force us. Otherwise, honestly, it's whatever's open. I will be super basic and go Starbucks, and I'm very stoked for pumpkin right now. Corey will drink any coffee anywhere, anytime.
I tend to lean towards Dunkin', and then I've got the app too, so I get the points every time I go to Dunkin'. I use that on tour a lot.
Yeah.
So you're a pumpkin girl, okay?
I am. I am not ashamed of loving pumpkin, and it's like I think it's like starting this week, so that's pretty cool. Not a lot because I don't like coffee very sweet, like just very slightly. I'd rather honestly drink iced black coffee, but when it's pumpkin season, it's pumpkin season.
I'm gonna keep that noted. Throw another hard one at you.
Ooh.
What do you want to leave as your legacy, not musically, as a person?
I kind of have answer for that.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just I guess just being a good uplifting person. That's kind of a big thing for me. Is and we try to. I think even in our band, we try to instill that with um, helping others succeed, other bands succeed or whatever. But outside of that, just in general, just being a good person.
Yeah. I want to be known for my love, um, and how I treat people and care for people, in every aspect of my life. So that's very, very important to me.
I'm going to give you a fun one here.
All right.
3-day festival. First day is female fronted. Now you'll know you prefer me to use another term. Second is national. Third day is regional. Who are your top 5?
Ooh.
And of course, you can put yourself on the bill.
So female us, Entheos, Vexed. Let's see. Varath. And Venom Prison.
Okay.
National. Black Dahlia Murder, Cannibal Corpse, Cattle Decapitation, Jungle Rot.
I was gonna put them in regional too. 'Cause
And
they're-
regional,
they're
they could
from-
do both. Yeah, we
they're
could do
from-
we could
they're
do
from
both
the
of them.
area.
Yeah.
Regional. I'd also want to throw the Convalescents on either national or regional because they're by us too.
Yeah.
And then regional, I'd love H1Z1.
Yeah.
Um,
Squid Hammer.
Squid Hammer, Yotuma. Yeah, I think that was. Did we hit all? I'm gonna throw Convalescents in there because they're by us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
that is pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would add. I don't know. I'm a big fan of Arch Enemy, so I would add them in there. Maybe under the first one. I don't know. You covered most of it. Behemoth would be a cool one.
That'd be a
Gojira
cool one. Yeah.
under National. I think those two would be really cool. I'd really like to. I like Gojira a lot.
Okay, in the music world, if dead or alive, you can spend an hour with anybody to learn something from, who would it be?
I'm gonna stay on brand right now, and Trevor from Black Dahlia.
Yeah. I would go with Dave Mustaine from Megadeth. I know people have mixed views on him, but I think he's a pretty good songwriter. I'd like to learn a few things from him.
Out of all the music that you've put out in the past couple of years, which one was the most emotional to put out?
Our most recent album for me, the full length that we released in November of last year, Rituals of Death, all of that, I think, for me was the most emotional piece of music I've ever released. It has really kind of summed up my journey through Casket so far since I joined the band. It has shown my evolution so far as a vocalist and a songwriter, I think. And it was just an incredibly large piece of the past, honestly, 4 years, musically and in our lives, of the things that we've put together and the things that have happened to us. So that one is the biggest piece of music, emotionally, to date for me.
Yeah, same, and for the same reasons, really. It was like uh, that album took a lot out of us to complete. It was hard, um, and we put a lot of ourselves into it. It was just like a really rough time, and personally, and in the band, and everything. Like just all of the emotion that we all had was really put into that album, and I think that's why it did so well. Um,
So when you play it on stage, does the emotions come back?
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a lot of aggression. For me, it's I get out a lot of aggression through some of those riffs and stuff, and it's a good just release.
Yeah, this last tour was fun too because we were able to add in a few more songs from it that we hadn't really played live a whole lot since we had a little bit longer set during our headlining run. Um, so that was really cool too to play the songs that we haven't gotten to play live a whole lot.
Yeah, that was really fun. There's a couple tracks that like we don't normally consider uh, quite. I don't know what it is. They just don't quite fit in a short set.
Okay.
But we got to play a longer set, so it was like we got to discuss which songs we wanted to add. Yeah, it felt
So,
good.
so what song do you think is your staple at the moment that
Oh,
everybody wants to hear every time you're around?
Bone Mother is a huge one that we get asked about it being in our set a whole lot. That one gets asked about the most, I think. Um,
That's probably my
yeah.
favorite to play too. Yeah, Bone Mother is probably the top one.
What was the first CD you ever bought yourself that was not given?
Mine was like Leonard Skinnerd.
I'm trying to remember like the first one I bought. It was honestly probably Britney Spears. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just not even gonna
I
lie.
had that CD too.
Okay.
Yeah,
I could have just said like lied and said something like way cooler, but it was Britney Spears.
All right. Well, speaking of Britney Spears, what you have to play your entire set acoustic,
Yeah.
or cover Britney Spears' "Toxic."
oh, I don't know. I don't know if we can do our set acoustically.
I would try to do our set
Yeah,
acoustic. That'd be fun.
yeah,
That'd be so fun. Um yeah, I would go acoustic. I'm gonna pick that. I'm gonna pick the hard.
the
Yeah.
acoustic. Yeah, yeah.
Sorry, Brittany.
On your playlist, your personal playlist, is there a song on there that people would not think you would have on your playlist?
Oh, there's probably a ton.
Yeah, probably a lot.
My playlist is insane. It goes from like Sanguisugabog to I don't even know, like some super set like Hosier. Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot, and I talk about this a lot, so people might know by now. But I do a lot of '80s new wave stuff. So I have like Tears for Fears,
Okay.
Mad World,
Yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
that's
know.
most of your playlist,
Yeah,
honestly.
yeah. I listen to a lot of that kind of stuff.
Yeah. I have like Echoes and there's some Sleep Token in there. Then there's a lot of Cattle Decap. There, yeah.
Yeah, her
Mine
playlist
is
is real
mine is
crazy.
pretty eclectic.
Yeah.
If you were stuck in an elevator for 6 hours with a cartoon character, who would it be and why?
Oh, sweet. Man, that is such a crazy question because there's like a million things, a million
Yeah.
answers.
Someone that would entertain me.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of one that wouldn't
Yeah.
annoy me and would entertain me.
Yeah. I would like to be stuck in an elevator with the Grim Reaper from Billy and Mandy. The Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
That,
That'd be
that,
my
ma-
favorite.
that actually makes sense.
Yeah.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah. That's like my favorite cartoon.
I don't know. Maybe Scooby Doo.
Oh, I get that. That tracks.
You're the second person. No, you're like the third person to say that.
Yeah. I don't even know why. Like,
They said that last night.
yeah,
That's funny.
I'd be cool hanging with the dog in an elevator.
Yeah.
That'd be all right.
Oh, thanks, Brian.
Oh, thanks, Brian. Cool.
So if you were not doing music, what would you be doing with your life?
I would be secluded living on a farm, growing vegetables and
Yeah.
have chickens and completely isolated from the world.
That's not bad. When I'm home, I work in death care and I am a death midwife. And so I think that if I was not in music, I would probably attempt to start up my own hospice. And probably some kind of community center for education and things like that. Kind of just more of what I do right now.
Do you remember the first concert you ever attended?
Yeah, the first big concert. I'd been to some local ones, but my first big concert was AC/DC. My dad took me when I was like, I don't know, like 6th grade or something like that. And that's kind of what did it for me for wanting to play music. So when I saw that big show like that,
Was it the original lineup?
yeah, it was Malcolm, Angus, Brian. I forget who was on drums, but yeah, I got to see Malcolm and Angus, and that was definitely life changing for me. And still one of my all time favorite bands is AC/DC.
My dad took me and my sister to see the Backstreet Boys, and that was my first concert.
I bet that was so sweet.
It was so sweet.
Yeah.
I was so little. Yeah, that was fun.
So how did that transition to this? I mean, Backstreet Boys to screaming your head off.
Yeah, like, so growing up, I had like the little like teenage girl stuff, like the early middle school and everything. All those. It was when all the boy bands were like the huge thing then.
Yeah.
So yeah, I fell into that. No shame there. But my dad and my stepdad even listened to a lot of classic rock. So I always came up like that's how I got introduced to Ozzy. So I think like as I got older, my taste just kind of kept changing, and I still have a pretty wide variety music wise of what I'll listen to. Corey always laughs at me because I listen to heavier stuff than he does. And I think that just kind of developed throughout my own musical career. Like I've sang since I was little. I was in choir, I was in show choir all throughout school. And then once I got out of high school, I think my taste just like progressively got heavier, and I started, singing and listening to heavier things, joined a metalcore band. And then it's just kind of developed into this.
So when you're on tour, what do you do to protect your voice?
That's a really great question because I unfortunately have been lucky enough to get very sick on tour twice now, where I'm pretty susceptible to bronchitis. So I have to be incredibly careful. I have a portable nebulizer that I use every day to kind of keep things moist. Um, I try to limit my talking, which is really hard for me. One, because I love talking to people, and two, because I'm the one behind our merch booth every night. Um, I take supplements for my voice. I always have a tea thermos on me, no matter what. I drink throat coat every night. And then I have a pretty extensive warm up um, that I do before we play. And then I even like hum after we play to kind of cool things down. Um, I will most nights at least have a shot of whiskey before I go on. I live by that. Um,
That works.
but that's kind of some of the tools that I use. Um, and then it's really hard because a lot of times that we tour are the times of the year where respiratory viruses are going around
Yeah.
and stuff. So I have to be really careful. We need to be better about like carrying sanitizer and things like that because I'm a hugger. I'm with people all the time. Um, so that's a thing. Yeah.
And I'm lucky. I just do background vocals, so my voice care is a shot of whiskey.
Kind of whiskey.
That's it.
What kind of whiskey do you decide to shoot?
What do we usually do? Just
I
Jameson?
I typically do honey jack, just because I like how it feels on my throat. But honestly, I'm not super picky.
So I'm going to give you a fair warning.
Yeah.
Your show October 19th.
Yes.
Make sure you bring your own.
Deal.
They do not carry everything's Pennsylvania. What do you call it? Everything has to be Pennsylvania there.
Ooh.
So there is no jack.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Okay.
Just before you hit a liquor store. There is no
plan.
I was there for Nail Bite and The Plan, and they did not serve Jack Daniels.
Wow.
Okay. Sure.
I didn't want you being it tasted good, but it's not.
Yeah.
It's not your ritual, so I don't want you to fuck that shit. I'm gonna say it, fuck that shit up. If you rub a bald guy's head every time you go on stage, you'll find one in the crowd.
Right?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I didn't want you to, yeah, they don't have that there. So,
okay.
That's good to know.
So we're pretty much at that point. I'm going to let you guys flip it on me. You can ask me anything, then I'm going to play your music video for you.
Okay.
Sweet.
Cool. What is your favorite interview that you've done?
Oh, wow. I'm going to say Stillwell.
Sweet.
Very memorable. I learned a lot that night.
Very cool. How about like the longest interview you've done? Have you done any like super long ones?
Probably my Christmas episode. It ended up being like 2 hours.
Ooh, yeah, that is
Sweet.
long.
I had, that was the first Christmas episode. There was about 10 different bands on.
Oh wow, cool.
I had 2 acoustic sets played, and yeah, it ended up being 2 hours.
Wow.
I normally don't go that long. I normally go an hour. But it was so much fun. We just kept on going.
That's awesome.
Do you have, let's see, if you could go see a show with any band, like right now, what band would you want to see?
I mean, I think there's so many, but I haven't been to a Corn show in a little while, so
Ooh,
I
yeah.
mean, I don't miss them when they come to Jersey ever.
Yeah.
I like 4 or 5 bands that if they're coming to Jersey, I don't miss.
I just realized I didn't add for my national band that we talked about earlier. Frozen Soul has to be on that.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
They're my like favorite obsession band right now.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
blanked. Let's see. If you could be a character in any TV show, what would it be?
Does cartoon count?
Yes.
Probably Daria.
Oh, yeah, that's a good answer.
Nice. Yeah.
I'm showing my age, but yeah, I mean,
No, that's a great answer.
I remember watching Daria a lot. I'd like should find that.
We should find
and
Daria.
watch that
Yeah.
again. Yeah. That was a good show.
I feel like it went over my head. Like we were just like a little
We were
too young
Yeah,
for it,
yeah.
where it went over my head a lot. But
Yep.
now it would be super funny.
Oh yeah, for sure.
and she was actually on Beavis and Butthead a few times.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah. Now
It's your
you're gonna.
turn.
I'm definitely gonna look up and try to get the seasons on DVD or something.
Yeah, they have them on DVD, and I think it's on. It might be on Hulu or.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
And honestly, it might be on Netflix as well. I'm not sure.
Okay. Nice.
That'll be my mission tonight to find that as well.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna do that.
That and probably Elon Flux.
Oh, cool. Yeah, yeah. That's a good one.
Since you're pretty much around my age bracket,
yeah.
do you remember the TV show Oddville?
The
It was
name-
it was on MTV, and they had like a torsionists and other people, and they had bands come on.
I do not remember that.
It sounds familiar, but I can't picture it. Like I don't know if I ever saw it.
Oh, let's see.
I'll send you a YouTube clip of it later.
Sweet.
Okay, cool. It
No,
might.
like it was a really cool show.
Yeah,
I think we need to bring that back.
yeah. I just started watching, and I forgot this show existed, but it's called Erie, Indiana.
Okay.
And it's kind of like basically like Goosebumps, but like it's a young kid or 2 young kids, and then they move to Erie, Indiana, and all this weird stuff starts happening to them. And it's a really good show. It's like a cheesy 90s kids show. And I forgot about it, but I used to watch it all the time when I was a kid.
Yeah. Max from Hocus Pocus is in it.
Yeah. So that was a fun one.
That is a fun one. What is your favorite piece of or item of merch that you've ever seen or bought?
I don't really have too much merch, but it's actually coming out in October, and I don't care how much it is, I have to have it. Korn came out with Adidas shoes.
Oh,
I have to have a pair. I think it's coming out in October. I'm not sure. I just seen it everywhere, and I'm like, mine. Have to have. Even if I don't wear them, they would be displayed somewhere.
Yeah.
But I think, what do you call it? Yeah, I've seen pretty cool items. It's just, what do you call it? I didn't have the money on me, or they didn't have the, what do you call it, credit card reader or anything. So
Sure.
I was like, oh, next time I come see them, I'll order, and it just never happened.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. What's your favorite? I can't even think of. We've seen so many weird
Yeah.
things. It's hard to remember.
Yeah. I think there's just so
We
much
just got
stuff.
barbecue sauce from
Yeah.
Verath. That was a cool, and
That
it's
was a
really
cool
good
one.
too. Some of those
Yeah.
hot sauces are really good.
I like trying all the hot sauces from all the bands. Convalescence has a sick hot sauce.
Yeah.
That's so good. Our friends in Phil Spewer just released a hot sauce. Yeah.
Yeah, I've seen like thongs and, what do you call it,
Yeah.
booty shorts, and
Yeah.
I'm like, that's pretty cool, but like,
Yeah.
I don't. I'm
We've got
so
little booty shorts now.
Yeah, we just got booty
Yeah.
shorts.
like, I have a web on my for here. I have a website up, and you can get freaking my face on a coffee mug, a whole bunch of other, even
Yep.
pillows, and
Cool.
but yeah, I've seen some weird stuff. What do you think sells the most?
We have a lot of weird stuff. A lot of my handmade stuff sells very well. We go through it pretty quickly. Coffee sells really well for us. We have a maximum caffeine coffee blend that people really love, and it tastes super good. Um, Otherwise, honestly, t-shirts are the gold standard for everything.
Yes, t-shirts are still the best.
What do you think sells the most? Large, extra large, medium?
I don't know, dude. I wish I knew, because every time I think I know, I'll order more of that size, and then that size will sit forever, and then
Yeah.
like
Well,
lately it's been, I haven't been ordering enough smalls and mediums, and then everybody wants smalls and mediums. So I just ordered a ton of those, and now they're not selling. So I have no idea.
like I just did a small run of like 16 shirts. I didn't put any smalls on them because there's not that much.
Yeah.
Right.
I had one coworker buy one. She's tiny, and I'm like, what the hell am I going to do with the other one? But like,
Yeah, mostly large and extra large, I think, are our top sellers right now.
Yeah.
That's what we went through the most of. Um, as we go on this tour, I'm sure we'll go through the smalls and mediums a lot in October when we play Tennessee at
yeah.
that Tennessee Metal Devastation Festival. I think we went through all of our smalls and mediums last year.
Good. Yeah.
So what do you guys do if you run out on tour? Like, how does that work? Do you have
That happens, and it's happened to us before. We have we know enough networking friends to, or the people that we typically order from now, we'll message them and say, how fast can you get this done, and then we'll have it shipped to a venue that makes sense for us to pick up within the next few days.
Yeah.
It happened to us last year where we had to drop ship some stuff in Texas, and I think those were only like 2 days we
Yeah.
had them done in.
Oh, okay.
We did it in 2
Yeah.
days. A lot
So
of places.
there's a fast turnaround.
Right. Right. So there's people we can go to that I know they'll do it in, a couple days. Other places can't do it. They'll,
Yeah.
like it'll take 2 or 3 weeks, which doesn't work for us.
So I'm gonna play one of your songs for everybody that hasn't heard of you yet, so they can check out your stuff.
Sweet. Your flesh is just seemingly pulling away without any difficulty. It's very strange.
Yeah.
So that was pretty awesome.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Sorry about the dog barking.
That's
About
okay.
that,
All good.
but I think he was enjoying it as well.
Nice.
He wants to growl. He definitely wants to growl.
Thanks, Brian.
So when does your other tour start?
I think.
First week in October.
Yeah.
So I want to say the 4th.
I think it's the 5th in
might be
El
okay.
Paso. Yeah, October 5th in El Paso.
So it's you guys, Raven Black, Dying Oath, and I cannot think of the
Cultist Black.
Cultist
Cultist
Black.
And then select dates, change my brain with cakes. Yeah.
So what city are you more excited to go to that you
I'm-
haven't been to yet?
Oh, that I haven't been to yet. All right. Let's see. Honestly, we have been to every single one of these places. I think
El Paso will be cool for me. We haven't been to El Paso.
Orlando. We haven't played actual Orlando, so that will be cool.
Yeah.
We played like 5 or 6 places in Florida, but never Orlando.
Virginia Beach will be fun too.
Yeah. That should be fun.
Yeah, there's a lot of cool stops on this one. We're really excited.
So do you have any itinerary, like when you have an off day, or are you just willy-nilly it?
It kind of, we don't have one yet about our off days. We kind of just try and see what the drive is the next day, or if there's anything cool around that day that we could go see. Like this last tour, we only had a 2-hour drive one night, so we all went to the Indianapolis Zoo and spent
Okay.
a few hours there. So we try and do that when we can fit it in, both time wise and financially. We'll do that. Otherwise, some days we spend our off days, like our tour in March. If I'm like disastrously sick, we just got a hotel room and I slept the entire day. And the boys went off and went to Waffle House or did whatever they did. Who knows? I just
pick a Waffle House.
Yeah.
Pretty much what we did.
But yeah, we kind of play it by ear on those. But we like to explore anywhere that we can, anytime. And these drives should be a lot shorter than some of the ones that we've done previously. So we should be able to see a lot of fun stuff.
What was the best advice you ever given?
I early on, I remember this Mary Zimmer, who was my vocal coach and in so many amazing bands and is an incredible vocalist. She very early on was very vocal about being yourself and that your authenticity is going to show through, and your inauthenticity is also going to show through if that happens. But she said something that stuck with me, and that is, in this industry, you really have to have, you really have to advocate for yourself. And as a woman in it, a lot of times you can either be a bitch or you can be someone's bitch. And that just really stuck with me. I'm a very, very all love person, but and it's been very tough to kind of advocate for myself and stand up for myself. But I think it's really helped me be that strong person, but also that very caring, loving person that our band is known for, while keeping that stuff in mind and not letting us get taken advantage of.
And for you, sir?
Oh, mine's not as quite as cool as that. So, early on, when I was first playing shows, where my first band that I was in was kind of going on this upward, trying to go national and get more professional and serious. I was still playing shows and I wasn't moving around very much. I was kind of stiff on stage. And this guitar player I really looked up to, he gave me pointers on how to look cool on stage. And once he said that to me, everything kind of clicked. And like if you watch our stage show specifically with Casket Robbery, we run around and act crazy. And that was literally from that guy, just telling me like, oh, you gotta, try this or do this or get down real low. He was telling me all these different tips. He's like, you just gotta look really cool. So that was it, man. Like pretty simple stuff, but it didn't click to me until someone told me.
Do you have any advice for anybody that's starting a band now or trying to grow?
Yeah, I think the growing especially, we need people, we need fellow musicians, we need friends in this, and networking is definitely the way to go, and being authentic about things. And we've always been of the mindset that, like, all of us rise together. There's room for everyone in this. Little friendly competition is good for everyone. But all of us having each other's backs is important. And especially taking in these newer bands and these younger bands, um really forming those relationships and connections are very, very important. um I'd say keep that in mind. I'd say, don't try and be something that you're not. Find your thing and kind of develop that, because being authentic in this industry, I think, is getting everywhere, is doing everything for everyone, and getting people further. And it's most certainly helped us. Um,
That's the big thing.
so I think that's a really big thing.
Be yourself, be authentic. There's going to be a million people you meet that are going to try to get you to not be authentic,
Yeah.
um, or get you to do this or that, and just stick with your gut and do what feels right for you. Um, that's a big thing.
Before we wrap this up, you have any messages for your fans?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're pretty known as being a very fan driven, fan oriented band. The relationships that we have made with all of our fans who are family at this point, all of our Patreon backers, like everything like that. It's so very important to us. And the fact that we are able to be where we are right now, and touring at the level that we're touring, and going around and seeing everyone, um, I don't really have a whole lot of words for. These past few tours, we have, at every single show that we have shown up at, there are people, lots of people there in our shirts that have shown up, and that has blown me away, and brought me to tears a few times on these last few tours. So just thank you. Really, we love our fans so freaking much, and I think that comes across, and I know they know, and that we say it a lot, but it is so true. It's why we are doing this and why we are able to do this right now.
Yeah, we can't do it without them. I want to say thank you.
So at this time, if you want to do any shout outs or promote the tour that's coming up, do you mind doing so?
Yeah, come check us out on tour in all of October. We have a few more dates added on the end of that for us. That'll be announced soon, but we'll be out there with Raven Black and Cultist Black, Dying Oath on select dates, Change My Brain with Cakes on select dates. You can find all of our tour dates and all of any news for us at casketrobbery.com is always the best place to go for everything. Otherwise, we are on every single social media platform at this point at Casket Robbery.
Yeah, everything's at Casket Robbery.
Yep.
Or just Google us. You'll find what you need.
Yeah, we have a Discord that's super fun. We have a Facebook group, our Coven of Souls group, that is really fun. And again, like I just said, with all of our fans, we pride ourselves in growing, especially our Discord and our Facebook group, and it really being a safe space for all of our fans to share honestly everything. So we really love that. Come join it if you want to. You'll find all of those links absolutely everywhere.
All right, I'm gonna just send a reminder to everybody. This is on Concert Junkies Rob and John YouTube, Facebook page, regular YouTube, Concert Junkie, actually Concert Rob on Twitch. And if you need any greetings or people, or you need me to tell somebody off or whatever, I am on Cameo now. It is Robert M. Rosenthal. So holiday time is coming. Even birthday time is coming. And I will see you guys in a couple weeks.
Sweet. Thank you so much for having
No
me.
problem.